Call to order, please. Thank you. Warm welcome to those attending and also to our viewers watching live on the Council YouTube, Hillingdon, London. This is a meeting of the Executive Scrutiny Committee. My name is Councillor Higgins and I'm the Chairman for this meeting. The key role of the committee is to scrutinise and review the decisions made earlier this evening by the Cabinet before they are implemented. This is a cross-party committee comprised of elected councillors not in the Cabinet. We also have co-opted representatives attending who speak on educational matters. As a committee, we do not make any decisions, but we can ask Cabinet or Cabinet members to reconsider their decisions they have taken. Details of business are considered today are as shown on the agenda. Copies are available in the room and also accessible online. Polite reminds councillors speaking today, your voice will not be audible if the microphone is not switched on. Let's go around the table tonight. We seem a bit light, but to my left I've got Councillor Peter Money and I've got Councillor Curling. On the other side, far right, is Councillor Arnold, Councillor Dennis, Councillor Bridge. My Vice Chairman on my side here is Councillor Riley, and my Member of Democratic Services is Mark Braddock. Towards the end of the meeting, we will stop the live broadcast and the committee will read the private Part 2 items. I'll go straight to our agenda. Do I have any apologies for absence, please?
Yes, Chairman, we have apologies in Councillor Prince and Mr. Tony Little.
Do we have any declarations of interest coming before us? No. Exclusions of press and public. Obviously, there's no public here, so all matters in Part 1 will be held in public and all matters Part 2 will be considered in private. Follow-up next item is we had some questions from the last Cabinet meeting. One was on the budget monitoring report, vacant youth service posts, page 24. Reduction in the spending against the budget as a result of vacancy among youth and community workers. Recruitment is underway to fill these roles. 17 applications have been shortlisted for interviews which are taking place on the 2nd and the 4th of March, which have taken place, I should say. The other one was a grant supporting families. That was on page 27, paragraph 66. Hillingdon successfully bid for 400k from the Government What Works Centre for Children's Social Care. The centre sought out local authorities to work a devoted budget. The rest of it is explained in the report. The other one was, again, on the budget monitoring, which was a breakdown on page 29 and paragraph 78 to provide Commission care budget. The report mention of a number overspends, underspends created, current budget position from the area. The provided service of the Commission care delivered frontline services to residents in residential care, day care, supporting living, extra care, early years, nurseries and children's centres, as well as a range of business management services. In frontline services, consider labour, budgets and operating things. And again, the rest of the question is quite full here. I think it answers everything that we required. Last two were SEND capacity plans, which SEN. The Council has been awarded a grant funding to the Commission additional SEND school places to improve existing facilities and existing special mainstream schools. Will be provided an additional 125 places. The last one was the transfer of post to the DSG. The committee discussed the dedicated school budget deficit, page 27. The new DSG fund posts that were added into the structure were then created to send advisory services, brought together interventions, inclusions of early support teams into one cohesion team to work in multidiscipline, and the rest of it is there explained in. Okay, I think that was all we asked for and got a very good response. Thank you. Make sure you thank officers for all that. Thank you, Mark. Okay, we go straight to item number 5, which is on page 11. Council budget 2019 revenue and capital monitoring for number 10. Do we have any questions on this one? Yes, Mr. Curley.
Yes, thank you, Chairman. In particular, I've got three questions really on page 14, paragraph 10, where it mentions that there are pressures in some areas, but they're offset by compensating underspends primarily on staffing budget. So I've got three questions really on the staffing budget. First one is, what is the current staff vacancy percentage for the council? Okay. Also, what frontline services are experiencing high levels of vacancy beyond the ones that we are already aware of, such as social care and the youth services? I'll let that go again, but although we have sort of touched on it before, we have standards of things. Go ahead, it's fine. Yeah. Third one? And the third one is, are there any underspending service areas that are currently under a recruitment freeze? I think you can answer some of those. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's up to the committee. We're quite happy to see. It does feel a bit like that question that in the last general election, though, doesn't it? The fact of the nurses. You know, this thing we're going to have 30,000 more nurses, but no one actually. It was anyway. It's just a mixture of figures. It's just an accountant thing that maybe some of us nerds get excited about. But the point I'm making is that any business, and I run a few businesses, any business knows a percentage of how many workers they will lose every year. So we'll find out that figure.
Chairman, I mean, our head of HR should be able to provide that information. Yeah.
Is there any other questions on this? Yes, Councillor Money.
Thank you. Also on page 14. Paragraph 12. Just further information on the savings. Is there a more detailed breakdown on how those savings were achieved? The savings of 8k or 8141k. But a bit more detail would be good.
I'll get that answer for you, but this would be a perfect time. If you look at the budget that we've just passed, the one in February, you'll see what the listing of where the savings will come from. But I don't think there's a problem asking this again, as long as it doesn't take too much of officers' time, because it's in these reports anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Chairman of the Committee, the budget February 2019 at Council would have agreed X amount of savings, which are referred to here, in terms of being delivered. And we've given the headlines of what areas and what things were going to take place to deliver those savings under the various categories like transformation or better procurement, things like that. So they'll be there in general terms. I can see if I can find out a bit more. And obviously this year, at Council in February, members agreed a fresh set of further savings, as we tend to do each year.
That was absolutely right. They're not as many as we were before, because obviously you can only save it once. You can't keep saving it. So, but yeah, so we can find that out. But if you look at the last budget, you'll see where they are, and then this is how we've done it through the months to show you how to do it. So, but that's fine. Anybody else got any other questions on this? No? Thank you very much. We go to agenda item number 6, page 57, planning obligations quarterly financial monitoring report. And if I have never ever got a question on this, but I will ask members, is there any questions on this one? I take that as silent, so that's no. Okay, thank you. So now we go to part 2. I'll wait for Mark to turn off the feed.